everybody, it's Stacie Duffy here, your Denver Metro real estate resource, and today I'm coming to you to talk about good agents versus bad ones. So this should be interesting. To give you a little bit of backstory, I became a realtor because I had bad experiences. Wow, big surprise, right? So a lot of people have had bad experiences in real estate with whether on the buying side, selling side, whatever. I hear horror stories all the time. I bought a house and I sold a house. And let's just say I didn't have stellar experiences on either side. Selling wasn't bad. It was like, okay, not impressed, but this went fine. Buying was less than awesome. Could have gone so much better. And so I realized, like, okay, I'm an engineer. I'm going to become a realtor because I think there's a lot of opportunity for improvement in service, and level of expectation should be higher. And realtors, as a general rule, have a terrible reputation, and I'm going to speak to realtors generically, so that's not specific to realtors versus brokers versus agents. I'll put a link up in the cards and down below on what the difference is. But a lot of people use the term realtor to refer to a real estate agent, whether they're a realtor or not. So I'm going to talk just a few points about what I think good agents versus bad agents would do. Keep in mind, I'm biased. I am a realtor, right? So, but I've also been on that side, and I now do this because I think I had a bad agent and one okay agent, but not great. So I want people to understand, at least if you're in this, or what I think a good agent does. This is what's important to me. Your priorities may be different, but a lot of people don't know, because I don't know what makes a good doctor versus a bad doctor, because I'm not a doctor. I don't have a medical degree. So I know whether or not I like them, and I know whether or not I feel better, but I don't really know if they're good or not, right? So I want to give y'all some tips being in the industry. My thoughts anyway. I got my little handy dandy notes. Let's see if I can keep it under 20 minutes, because y'all know me, I like to ramble. So trust, hands down, number one, no ifs, ands, or buts. If you don't trust your agent or your realtor, don't work with them. It's gonna go badly. And we're gonna know it, you're gonna know it, and best case, everyone is like, trust your agent. It makes such a difference in the experience. You're not going to question your decisions. You're not going to question whether you spent too much. You're not going to question all of these things that you were then going to regret and stress over later. So trust is a number one thing you have got to have, and a good agent will make sure that there is trust there. Because if there's not, we can feel that. Like, we know. So I've actually had I've had one client that it didn't work. Like, it just didn't work. We weren't a good fit. And I said, you know what? I think I have someone else that would be a much better fit for you, and I think you'll trust her more because of their background and relational industry and that kind of stuff. So you've got to have trust, guys. That's not a question. If you don't trust your agent, don't work with them. Number two is goals. A good agent will help you describe and articulate what your goals really are. So a lot of people will come to me and say, hey, Stacie, I'm looking to buy a 4-bed, 2-bath, single-family house, and I want to close by October. Cool. And I'm like, okay, that's awesome. I'm happy to help you with that. Thanks so much for calling me. Why? Why do you want to buy something? And they're like, well, I want to buy something. And you're going to help me do that. Yeah, but why? What's the goal? Is it that I've rented for 20 years and I feel like I now am in a position where I want to invest in myself and my family and own something as opposed to just paying rent? Or is it, it's important to me to have a place that my mom can move in with us in 5 years when, she's going to be older? What's the goal? What's important to you? A good agent is going to ask you a lot of those questions. And I'll talk another reason why down a minute as far as asking questions, but a good agent will help you articulate what your goal really is. Not just buying the house, but what the goal, what the underlying reason why. We're going to peel back that onion, okay? A bad agent will just say, okay, cool. Well, here's 3 houses. Let's go look at them. You tell me which one you want to buy. Okay? Good agents are going to help you accomplish your goal. Bad agents are going to do the task that you ask them to do, okay? And that's it. Keep in mind, that's my opinion. There's some investor client, the caveat. Here's a little asterisk at the bottom. The caveat to that is sometimes there's investor clients or experienced home buyers that are like, I don't need you to help me dissect what I want. I know what I want. Just get me in the door and get it done. Cool. Happy to help with that. Most people are not in that situation, okay? Especially first-time buyers and sellers. Third thing, advocate. They need to be your advocate, okay? A good agent is going to advocate for you, and it's not just, here's where that gets messy. So a lot of people think we're not advocating for them when we're saying, hey, I think you need to offer a little bit more to buy this house. That doesn't mean we don't want you to get the house for cheaper. We'd love for you to get the house for cheaper. I don't want you to pay more because I make an incremental $18 more if you pay. Like, guys, that's dumb, okay? A good agent is not pushing price for that. A good agent is trying to help you accomplish that goal of getting the house. And if they're advising that you may need to structure your offer a little differently, it's to help you accomplish the goal of getting the house, okay? That's what they're trying to help you with. So that's where we get hit on, oh, they weren't my advocate. They were just trying to get more money. We get hit on that a lot. Good agents are going to be very, very clear on, okay, here's what I think you need to do to get the house. And I understand here's your goal. If this works within your goals, great. If not, this isn't the house for us. Let's go find something else that is. Or I had a client recently that, said, hey, I realize the market's crazy. I want to buy this house. I think I would pay up to $450 for it. And it's listed for $420 or $425. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let me talk to the agent. I talk to the agent. I call him back. I'm like, I don't think you need to do that. I think $435, $437 is going to lock this in. I think that's what you need to do. Sure, you can pay more, but why? That's just wasting your money. A good agent is going to have those conversations, okay? A bad agent is going to say, okay, well, what do you want to offer? And we get into agency, which is a different rabbit hole, and I'll link to that up in the cards and down below too, of whether or not your agent's really your agent and working for you as your advocate. That's a big thing a lot of people didn't know. I bought my first house, and my real estate agent was actually a real estate salesperson. They were not my agent. They did not work for me. I didn't know that. Didn't know that. I didn't hire them to work for me. They never asked. So I'm going to link to that in the video, in the cards and stuff down below, but make sure they're working for you as your advocate. And if they're not telling you that, or you feel like you're not getting it, ask them, say, okay, are you working for me as my advocate? Or what's our relationship? What's our working relationship right now? Which I know that sounds like a weird question, but ask them, because when you ask them those things, they have to answer them differently, okay? So making sure that that person is your advocate and working for you, not just, okay, cool, here's 3 houses. Which one do you want to buy? And what do you want to pay? What do you think I should pay? Well, I don't know. I'm not going to be paying your bills, but I'm happy to write up whatever you want to pay. Guys, that's not your advocate, okay? I lost track because I think I jumped around on my list. I think I'm on number 4, full-time. I'm going to get some hate on this. Now that I'm in the industry, I don't understand, or I am not capable of providing a full level of customer service to my clients if I did not do this full-time. I have childcare for my kids. I work on the weekends. I don't have another job. I know there's a lot of people hustling and trying to build their business and go from something else to self-employed and trying to make it work. I get that. I'm not ragging on that. I'm just saying, realize that person may not be able to help you as much as somebody else can that is full-time. Because I'm showing properties on Saturdays when my husband is home with the kids. I am, and I stay home on Tuesdays or whatever, because I have my time off, sure. But this industry is not a 9-to-5 banker's hours type industry. You can't just have a full-time job during the week and then try to work on Saturdays and Sundays and be able to provide, I can't be able to provide that full level of service that my clients really need. So I'm not capable of doing it. I'll say that. Maybe there are other people that are. I'm not. I think full-time is very, very important to making sure that you have a good advocate and a good agent and a good realtor working for you. So that's all I'm going to say on that. I know I'm going to catch crap from other people. If you're hustling and you're changing things and cool and you're awesome 24 hours a day, 3 days a week, cool. You run your life how you want. So options. Good agents are going to give you options, okay? And I know that doesn't sound like much, and there's a little caveat here that I kind of mentioned before in the goals piece. If you know exactly what you want, blah, 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 great. But it's not unusual for me to have someone come to me and say, okay, I want a 3-bed, 2-bath, single-family house with a 2-car garage, whatever. But I want a big yard. Okay, cool. Why do you want the big yard? What do you want that for? Well, I want privacy. Do you need the yard for a dog? Do you need to throw the ball in the kid, or throw the ball in the yard with the kids? What do you want the yard for? I just don't want to see anybody. Cool. Are you okay with a tiny yard that you don't even have to take care of that backs up to open space with mountain views? Oh yeah, that would be great. Okay. I'm giving you options versus just what you asked for. So a lot of times that's the reason we're trying to find out the goal and peel those layers of the onion back, is to give you more options to help you accomplish the same goal, a lot of times for a lot less money, or be able to get you there faster. So good agents will ask those questions to give you options. Bad agents will do exactly what you ask them to do and nothing more, nothing less, in my opinion. Okay. And the last one, I'm going to go to communication. And I think there's what, 6? This is number 6. I don't know. I lost count. Communication. I hear so many horror stories from other people. I always ask clients or potential clients, hey, if you bought and sold a house before, how was the experience? Did you have issues? You know, what were you not happy with your previous agent? If you loved them, great. But I want to make sure I'm not going to repeat their mistake, and maybe I don't know if you had a good experience. So I want to know what I'm looking at and what I'm going into. And very often I hear communication. I didn't know what they were doing. I didn't hear from them for weeks. They listed my house, whatever. And they never talked to me. I didn't know what was going on. Agents are notoriously bad about communicating, especially when we don't have good news or when we don't have news. But people think the worst in the absence of other information. So if we're not telling our clients, hey, I know we put our offer in. I know our offer deadline's coming up in an hour. Just wanted to let you know. I got my phone on me. I haven't heard anything. As soon as I hear something, I'll let you know. Right? And almost inevitably, every time I get back, like, okay, cool. I was just wondering, because it's getting that awkward time of, hey, it's been a while and we haven't chatted. So good agents are always going to keep you in the loop and let you know what's going on. Even if it's, hey, shit hit the fan this morning, guys. Can't do anything. I couldn't do anything about it. It happened, but I've already talked to title. I've already talked to the lender. Here's our game plan. They're going to get back to me by 2 o'clock tomorrow. As soon as I hear something, I'll let you know. And then 2 o'clock tomorrow rolls around. I haven't heard anything. I get back in with my clients. Hey, I haven't heard in with them. I checked in with them again. They said XYZ. Communicating with you. Good agents are going to communicate with you and let you know what's going on. If your house is listed, weekly communications, weekly updates, something like that, regular updates so you know what's going on. Bad agents will probably just not call you. Or if they don't have good news, they'll avoid answering the phone call and they'll text you back instead or something like that, okay? So realtors have a terrible reputation as far as that goes. Agents in general have a terrible reputation. But a lot of times we're doing stuff and we're just not great about telling you what we're doing because we feel like it's bragging. Like, oh, well, I did this today and I did this today and I did this today. But considering that we work for you, those are good things to know. So that may be the case if you or if you're really happy with your agent on everything else, but you're not sure what's going on, just ask them, just poke them. Say, hey, can I get an update? Kind of how things are going. So anyway, communication. So just to recap, and I'm looking at my list and I don't remember what order I did this in, but trust, helping you find out your goals, being your advocate, giving you options, being full-time, big one for me, and communicating and making sure that they're communicating with you in a way that works for you. I always ask my clients, hey, do you prefer text, email, telephone call, smoke signal, Facebook message? I've had clients that only work via Facebook message. Weird for me, but hey, if that's what they want to do, cool. Anyway, that's just my rundown. There's a lot of things that people have had bad experiences, but those are things that if you know what to ask up front, you have a much better chance of finding someone that's probably a good agent. And keep in mind, whatever's important to you, okay? Those are things that are important to me and important to a lot of my clients. So that may not be important to you. Whatever's important to you, that's what you need to find someone that's a good fit for. And interview your agents. As I always say, please interview your agents because we all work differently and finding someone that has those qualities that mesh with what you're looking for is important. So hopefully that helps. If you have other, obviously there's a ton of things that you want from your agent, but if there's other qualities or traits that are important to you in a good agent, put them down below. I'd love to hear them. Let's make a list. If you've had a terrible experience and you want to vent about it, fine, put that down below too. Yes, I know, like life sucks and things happen and you want to vent, there's a spot for it. If you want to say all realtors are bloodsuckers and there aren't any good ones, fine, put that down below too. Not like I haven't heard that before. But anyway, thanks so much for the time. If you're liking my videos, please subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. If you'd like me to shoot other videos on other topics, content, let me know, guys. I love shooting these things. I'd much rather them be on something that y'all want to hear versus something you don't care about. If you're looking to buy or sell here in the Denver metro area, I'd be happy to help with that too. You feel free to reach out to me directly. Contact info is on my website. Link for that is down below. And if you're looking to buy in another area and you want to know an agent that I know and trust in your area, feel free to reach out to me directly with some contact info and I'll get that for you. So anyway, thanks so much for the time and have a great day.